According to scripture, an ancient Oeridian prophecy told of a second manifestation of Sol, the first sun god of our people. It spoke of his return when his children, the Oeridians, who had traveled so far east, had finally found their way. This reprisal came at the birth of the first true kingdom, the kingdom of Niron. When Solonos Hyric, the first king of Niron, was crowned, Pelor appeared to them in the light of the sun. Oh, blessed were they who received the first light of dawn. All surrendered to his glory, and through their obedience, the age of kings began, a king for the living, and a king for the divine.
Such a powerful kingdom did not last long. What Father Fortus fails to mention is the scripture also says only he who obeys his new masters shall receive my reprisal. He who disobeys shall be punished at the hands of the 6 celestials whom descend of my blood. It is clear the prophecy speaks of the 6 celestial ruling houses of Oeridian who came together, united under a single cause, and defeated Niron. Only those celestial houses descend from him, for it took the strength of God's blood to carry out his purpose. It was Pholtus' hand which struck the final blow that fell the king of Niron. That day, the sun rose a bright silver, and Sol returned to us as Pholtus, and blessed were they who were blinded by the first light.
Here is where our theology differs. Fulton translation in the Old Oeridian tongue reads 6 celestials. According to our translation, which is much older, the scripture says celestial ones.
It matters not. Those of celestial blood are direct descendants of God.
We are all descendants of God, my child. We all carry his blood in the veins of our divine spirit.
Well, I suppose we could argue semantics all day, but for the last 150 years, the Ivids have sullied the throne of the great kingdom. Years of decadence and misconduct have been tolerated in the courts of the Overking. Cursed was the day they appointed Hextor as the official religion of the kingdom and named all Fultons heretics against the crown.
The age of turmoil. It is no secret the Hextorian order helped them ascend to the throne. Only right the Ivids returned the favor. Perhaps the only honorable decision an Ivid ever made up to the very last one of them.
A decision made in vain. In all my years of living, I have seen the struggles of our brothers and sisters of the blinding light, yet we remain steadfast in our faith. A new age is upon us. Change is upon us. I have seen it in the light of the moon. In its gaze, I have read the pages of our story.
Admittedly, I concede to this notion by my counterpart. Change is upon us. The time for war is over. Far too many have suffered at the greed and impulses of others. People are sick, starving, and grieving. The time for peace is now.
Peace. Peace is an illusion sold to those too afraid to fight for their true beliefs.
And what alternative would you suggest an ailing people?
Vengeance. To right those who have wronged others. To restore order to a failing kingdom. And to eliminate any and all who stand against us, by whatever means necessary.
Vengeance. Vengeance neither heals nor helps any one side.
Then it is best you stay on your side, Father.